Hello, welcome back to Wario Land 3, this is Wario Enchanted, and today we have more chests to get. You may have noticed I made a little animation for the intro as well, I'm quite happy with. I'm playing around with Blender and I figured I'd try and spice up my videos with it a little bit. You may have noticed from one of my latest update videos as well, I've now moved house, so I'm talking from a new office. I don't know how that will affect the quality of my audio, but we'll see. But it's time to head up here to get some stuff that I actually kind of walked right past before. This little room here, I had actually been in before, I just didn't realise there was a chest in here because I'm an idiot. So of course this puzzle is getting this robot all the way over there. So let's get in there, shall we? So you have to be very accurate with the length of time you hold the button down, and that can be quite tricky, especially because sometimes there's a ceiling, sometimes there isn't, so the trajectory can be very varied, but jumping definitely helps. Of course here jumping will, because now we need to go up here, dodging all these little guys, because they can overwrite the bouncy mode. I also just love that the bouncing sound effect is almost kind of like synced up to the actual music, but not quite. That's quite fun. Because it gives kind of a feeling of controlled goofiness. So now we have to get the robot again, but this time go a little bit less far. That was quite a lucky one. And here's a chest. It's quite a simple chest. I'm annoyed that I missed it the first time, but I just didn't think to actually explore this room. I'm going to try spicing up more of my videos with like custom intros like that, because it's quite fun. And here we have a red keycard. We'll see what that does, but not yet. But it's time to find the next thing we've missed. And this level's a really good like showcase for how much faster we can get through things. It's just a matter of figuring out where we can go that we haven't been before, really. But sometimes that can be quite tricky because some areas can be quite maze-like. So let's get through these things, shall we? And of course, this is one of those levels where we have to climb the ladder while avoiding getting shook down it. Quite an easy one compared to the other one, though. Partially because I think this is a chest I probably could have got earlier, but I just didn't. So now the hard part here is actually finding where the actual chest is. It's over here. Now we can climb this little thing. It's quite a maze here as well. It's quite an interesting little challenge, this. This is quite a lot of, like, going in and out of doors while going around this little maze area. I quite like that they make it not just kind of like avoiding the enemies, but also like figuring out just where to go in the first place. Rather than it just saying follow the path of avoiding the enemies, you kind of have to figure out what the path's even doing sometimes. And kind of predicts, like there, where the enemies are going to come from. Like there's the chest. We just need to keep going around a few more of these doors to get to it. We're still not quite out of the woods yet. I do like these little urchin enemies, they're very cute. Or I guess beetles, I guess that's what they're meant to be. Just very sharp ones. That was a close one. I nearly completely screwed that up, that would have been so annoying. And here we are. We still need to get to the chest though, because if we screw up here, we won't land on the chest. We'll go down there. But there we are. And the propeller. Wonder what that does. Sets a current going. So this is going to be interesting in Town and Chaos. Seeing what happens in there. Yeah, there's still so many treasures to get, and some of them still do stuff. I figured I'd show off the little game thing for now, just to show you what it does. It just allows you to pick one of these little mini games and play them for a certain amount of coins, but I'm not going to bother doing that right now. So we've got some chests to get here. Once I remember the layout. Because some of these levels can be quite sprawling and quite tricky to find your way around. It's quite satisfying though when you have all these abilities and you just smash through all the doors, all the walls, that's really fun. But of course you actually don't need to do any of that, we can just drop and swim against the current. This is me just kind of like showing off just how much faster it is to get through this level now, but we don't have to go around that path. But sometimes like here it can be kind of annoying to get out of the current again and actually aim for the actual platforms. But we can also go under here, which makes it a little bit easier. That was embarrassing. I need that door. It's annoying that I can't jump high enough to get in it. You just have to go around the whole way each time. There's some games you can just run off the edge and use momentum to get there, but some games like this one you can't really do that, you do have to jump. Now we go under here and find another interesting little area. Time to reverse the process before we have to avoid getting knocked down the ladder. Now you have to knock these things up. These are fun little enemies, I quite like these guys. No idea what they're called, but they're just kind of fun to play around with. Although it's a little annoying to have to wait for them to go all the way back to the bottom before we can snatch them back up again, but that's just kind of the nature of how this physics works. But it can be annoying that you just miss it, because you have to be very precise. Now to go further up. So now we have a rather difficult challenge. These owls. So of course we have a maze to get through. And that happens a lot. I'm very bad at these mazes. And I have to constantly flip back and forth to avoid the little sparks. It's quite annoying, but at least I've got that now. But we have to be quite careful because we still have to do the maze, because we have to get to the chest. Well, we have to get here anyway, so we can get back down to the chest. And here we are. The most annoying part in that level is being knocked off the spikes a little bit too far to the right and falling to the right of that little area. And you have a telephone. An old-fashioned Bakelite one from the 80s, that's kind of cool. I guess now we're the director of this island. We still have quite a lot of chests to get, so let's get to it, shall we? It's interesting that the last few videos have all been completely optional, because we could have ended this game ages ago. But I got it into my head to try and 100% it, because I've never done it before, so I figured, yeah, why not keep going with it, because I'm very far into it now. In for a penny, in for a pound. But now we can break this, because we had the acid. This is kind of a fun little room. I mean, not this one specifically, but this little challenge is quite fun. Because we may be able to guess what we need to do here. But we also need to do this. Sure you remember these from the Tower of Revival. And that little slate as well, or that little kind of fire-shaped plate anyway. Yep, time to light all the torches in a time limit again. Once we've smashed our way through this floor, so we can actually get to the other two torches, because they're down here. With these little spiky boys. That's a fun way of dealing with them, just smacking the ground and letting them just fly up. And the most annoying part in this room is accidentally running out of it, because if you accidentally miss that little ceiling and end up running out of this room, you just kind of have to wait for the whole thing to run out, because you will not have time, because that will just happen. Long before you even get back to the room. So we need to be very careful how we run around in here, but we did at least deal with all the torches, because there were only 4 of them. Now we have to be careful of these little guys, the weird, kind of gross ones that turn you inside out. And there's a minigame as well. I wonder how many more of these we'll have. Because we're maxed out on coins, we have been for a while. That would have been so frustrating if that had gone over the flag. Like any golf problems. I just need to get back. And here's our entrance. I don't know if those guys can interrupt this ability. That would be very annoying if they could. But luckily it didn't happen. I like the surprise coin as well, that's fun. We have a blue chemical here. Getting closer and closer to multiple different things happening. It's not quite there yet. Wario was very proud of that wall. And here we have what the fans did. Because now these are formed little currents. Of course we need to weaponize these apple guys, but not quite yet. Because first we need to reveal that blue key. And another mini-golf. So of course there are. Wario just likes that part of the song. It's a fun little crescendo. I always find that very satisfying. Slamming through a billion blocks at once is always fun. Of course, more mini-golf. Yeah, you may notice I've lost quite a few coins here. This is a tricky one. This actually reminds me quite a lot of level design of Viv Ribbon, where it's just random obstacles put together. Well, in this case it's not random, but you get the idea. Just like the vibes. Pun not intended. So cleared where the minigame is. So now it's time to figure out what we can throw. This barrel? There's always a barrel sometimes. Yeah, we need to cut ourselves off before we actually get to the bottom. Otherwise the barrel's not going to be able to come with us. So we need to be very careful where we actually land here. We need to land here. It's also quite annoying if we touch that ceiling, it will just kind of like knock out of our hands, and that's very annoying. And of course here we have to come back up from the bottom as well, because we can't get across from the same level, because we'll go too far up, which is a little annoying honestly. That's just a slightly irritating kind of level design, in my opinion. But not every puzzle here is a winner. So now these apple guys are here for a reason. But it's quite tricky to work out where we can Fat Wario here, because we need to go down to be able to get to the chest. But we also need to figure out where Fat Wario can actually access the area from. Because we can't come up here because they can't make a Fat from up here. And of course here's an optional donut block. So that means we're kind of getting close. Found something. And there we are. Found a way to the bottom of the current to the blue chest. And we've got this little skull thing, this little... quite sure what it is, maybe a little kind of like a sun head thing? Some of these parts can be a little bit hard to tell. Maybe a mask? It looks pretty cool though, whatever it is. I'm gonna say it's a mask. Because it looks mask-like, it looks very kind of tribal. I've really not got that many chests left to go as well. Just a matter of which order to get them in. So here's something we can do here that we didn't do before. These guys suck, I hate these little pink blobs. They're so frustrating to deal with. Just dumb. They're kind of cute, but they're still just dumb. Especially when that happens. It's kind of fun kicking around though. So we have donuts and caterpillars. But we don't need to use them yet, so these apple guys are just going to make our lives difficult. Because you can see there's a lot of them, we need to get up this ladder. But there's just too many of them, so law of averages, one of them will get us. So I got lucky on getting that one by landing down, I was quite happy with that. Because you meant to, of course, throw the barrel at them. I'm going to do for some more of them. But we at least do know that going that far up does respawn the barrel, which is nice. We have to leave the room entirely, because that would be so annoying if we had to do that. Luckily, again, lets us get just far enough away to be able to actually make use of it. And these little platforms are here for a reason. Now we can just dodge this one and move on. Made our lives much easier there, didn't we? More robots. And this thing too. I'll have to combine them. There's a little extra height. And this will give us a lot of extra height. That's the only way to get high enough for that key. The Mario kind of looked like a key topper there for a second. Because he was like perfectly lined up to it. That's always fun. Now we actually need the weight. Now we also need this. Yeah, sometimes these levels can get a little annoying because of course we can. You could see us needing the caterpillar coming. But this part of it gets a little annoying because after this, we end up with this. And that wouldn't be so bad if it stopped there. But some of these later chests are really getting vexing. Because after we have to deal with all these purple things, we have another cotton block to get through. So we have to make all these purple blocks so we can make room for the yarn barrier to get through. At least now we've got some actual room to maneuver. So there we go. So I'll see you next time. And maybe I'll even try, for the next video, I might try and use a Blender to create like a little custom outro or something like that. Or if I do a Forspoken video next, I might maybe try and do a new little intro for Forspoken, but we'll see how that goes. Got this little ninja doll guy, who's kind of cool. Doesn't do anything, but it's cool. And that's all the chests we have in this set, in this video. We've only got a few left actually, not that many. So we've nearly got all the chests. We've only got 15 more to go. It's not that many, really. Getting easier and easier to narrow down which ones you haven't got already. It's kind of fun to see the screen getting gradually fuller and fuller of stuff. So it seems that masking is probably in the same set as the blue drop, but I'll see you next time. Goodbye. I would like to thank James Rossi for supporting me on Patreon as my Bio-Enchanted leg tier. I really hope other people can also join my Patreon to help support my channel and help improve the amount of resources I have for making better videos and being able to put more time into more elaborate thumbnails and title cards and things like that. Because I'd like to be able to have more time to really work on those kind of visual aspects beyond the actual video itself. Thank you.